Hi guys, how are you?
Hello,
Great,
good,
how are
thank
you?
Very well, thank you very much. Very well.
Good.
Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
It's great fun, and I'm glad it exists because I always like having a good time at the cinema. It's been an idea that's been with you for a long time, so it must be great for that idea and that pitch that you initially had to now come to fruition, and now you have this film that seemingly a lot of people are excited to see.
Yeah. Well, the secret to us at work is we just make the movies that we want to see. Like we're the audience, or we're the intended audience, because it takes so long. So all I wanted to do was make a movie that you could see that you were just like, that was awesome. So that was a pretty high bar, depending on your
awesome threshold.
Your awesome threshold. But I like to think that we met that awesome threshold. Yeah.
It's quite a threshold. Pixar is always a threshold anyway. I mean, the consistency of quality is like unlike anything else out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys ever feel a pressure to keep delivering, because but there's an expectation with Pixar that things will be good and that you're going to tell exciting stories, but you guys seem to always have the kind of the juices, creative juices to keep everyone on their toes and keep delivering.
Yeah, there's definitely a pressure, but there's also the great gift of having all of those filmmakers at the studio. We're all working together, and so part of our process is to screen the film for each other and then take each other's notes. And so we're always on each other to help make the movie as great as it can be. So that is very reassuring, especially in this film. Our executive producers were Pete Docter and Andrew Stanton. You couldn't find two people who were more familiar with the material and invested in helping us make it great.
I feel, obviously you cast Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear. I feel it's quite unfair for him as an actor to keep getting all of these good roles. He's Captain America, and now he's playing, the real Buzz Lightyear. It's slightly, I can't say I'm not an actor, but it's kind of unfair, I think.
You're right.
I know he was your one and only choice. So did you settle on him because of Captain America, or did you settle on him because of his voice and the way that he is as a performer?
We just figured this out. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Yeah, the day before yesterday. I think it was Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer.
I think it was the range that he showed in Snowpiercer that was more what we thought was going to be useful to us as far as the pathos of that. Now, I love what he did with Captain America, but it's not quite the same character. Other than the time difference or the Rip Van Winkle style aspect of the story, it was the range that he showed in Snowpiercer that really gravitated us towards him as our first choice. Yeah. He has, because he is so affable and because he's a movie star, to be frank, like it'd be easy to be charmed by him, and he's charming, but his level of craft is extraordinarily high. And so that made it all the more enjoyable and easier, because he really can do the job. Like, oh yeah, you're really good at this. It was basically the way it felt working with him.
Hugely underrated film, Snowpiercer. Just put that on the record as well. The one thing I love about Pixar, as my final question, is the little nuggets, particularly as a kid of the 80s, where you see a joke and you will get it, but then all the kids in the audience will probably be like, what? And there's a few great nuggets in here. How much fun do you guys have kind of sneaking those things in? Because that must be part of the fun of doing something like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Easter eggs are tricky in that you never, for us on this film, we didn't want to distract anyone from the movie itself. And so as long as it doesn't interrupt the narrative flow to tell like that something is just a reference, we were generally okay with it. It is fun to put stuff in there.
I think it's thinking more of like blowing on the cassette, the Ivan. Is that the kind of thing you're thinking?
Yeah, there's a few others. Yeah, there's a few others, isn't there? A few others that I love that.
Right.
This is stuff that we know that's. I mean, just as a middle-aged person, that's what you're Gen X always gets ignored, so you're just trying to throw in some bones to Gen X.
That's right, you're Gen X.
I like that you do that. Even to me, who's about to turn 40, it's fun to have a little few nuggets.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I assume you're on the cusp. All right. But, yeah.
On the cusp, yeah. I think I am on the cusp, but we'll say I'm a child of the 80s. I'm not the other thing.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for your time. Absolute pleasure chatting to you, and good luck with the film. Hope it goes well for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey